Hello and welcome to App Inventor Lesson 2. So today we're going to carry on with our App Inventor, which means we need to open it up. Remember, it's on Google Chrome. Don't go using Internet Explorer because it will not be compatible. In Google, we're going to type in App Inventor, press enter, and then again it's the top one there. First thing we need to do is log ourselves in. So when it loads up, we're going to go to create in the top right hand corner and log ourselves in. Mine's already logged in. You just need to log in with your Gmail account from last week. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a new project today. Last week we made paint and that should be saved in your projects here. We're going to start a new project today and it's going to be called WackAMole. Okay, so can you see I've put A and M capitals so it looks nice and neat. I've already made one, so I'm going to call mine WackAMole 2, but yours should just be called WackAMole. I'm going to press OK on there. So we're back to our layout screen. Okay, so you've got all your buttons and things down the side. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to need is a canvas. We did this last week. Okay, so we're going to have a canvas so our mole can jump around it and actually play a game. So we're going to go to drawing and animation. I'm going to add a canvas in there. This isn't a very big screen now for our game. Okay, so we need to make it wider and change the height to make it longer. So we're going to go down to the properties section. Okay, and at the very bottom I can change the width, which I'm going to fill because I want it to go all the way across. And the height I'm going to make about 350. Let's see how far that goes. Okay, that's a nice big screen, so I'm going to keep it like that. You can play around, change it to whatever you want. Okay, suits your app. The next thing I'm going to need, that's about it for the canvas, is my image, which is going to be my mole, which is going to jump on the screen. So it's the same in drawing and animation, and I'm going to add in a image sprite. So I'm going to jump that into my actual canvas. So at the moment it's not a mole, alright? So we need to find that. So we go into the properties again and just about fourth down it says pictures. I'm going to click on that. At the moment we haven't got any uploaded, so we're going to have to upload a file, and I want you to all use my picture of the mole for now, please. So you're going to go on upload file and then we're going to choose a file. The mole is located, let me just go back, in Computer, Westfield Curriculum, Curriculum Resources, Business, ICT and Languages, ICT, Key Stage 3, App Project, and Lesson 4. And there's one called Mole in there. I'm going to open that file up. Once you've done that, press OK. And your mole should appear. Now I think that's quite small. Okay, depends on whether you want an easy or a hard game. So I'm going to make mine a little bit bigger. So I'm going to set it to 50, and because it's a bit long there, 50 again, make it nice and even, and that's quite a nice size from a mole. So the first thing I want you to do is go, stop the video, alright, make your canvas and make your mole, and then return back to here so we can get some buttons in there. Okay, off you go. Right, we should now have our canvas and our mole, okay, which is sat in our canvas. So it should look something like that. If not, stop, rewind the video, and then start again. So what we need now is an actual point score. So somewhere we can say how many times we've actually clicked on the mole. So we're going to have a label, and that's in your user interface. Okay, that label is going to tell me what score I am. So I'm going to change it on here for when I come to program it. So I'm going to call it score label. Because it's still a label, but it's my score label. Whilst I'm here, I'll change the name of the image as well. So I'm going to call that mole. And I'm also going to change the text, because at the moment it says text for label 1. And I want it to say score. So I'm going to write score. Right. If you want to, you can change the background colour and things like that. I'm just going to keep it nice and boring. Alright, you can have a go and change it and look around. As well as score, I want a reset button so I can reset my game and start all over again. Okay, so that's going to be a button, which I'm going to drag in and I'm going to drag it underneath. You can have it in a horizontal layout or whatever you want. And I'm going to rename this to reset, because this can be my reset button. And I'm also going to change it on my properties. Okay, so they're my buttons and that's my general game. But I want to add a bit more entertainment into the game, more interactivity than just clicking them all and nothing else happening except the score going up. So I'm going to add a noise in there. So whenever I click on the mole, it will make a noise. Okay, so I'm going to go to my media and add sound in there. I'm going to drag that on there. But it's at the moment you can't see anything. It's a non-visible component, which means it's behind the scenes. There's nothing actually saying that it's going to be on there. Alright, it's just controlled and you're going to program it in there. So I'm going to rename this as well. I'm going to call it noise. I'm going to add another thing on there which I can change. I'm going to have a timer, so kind of like a clock to time how long we can have it. So we can have like a bit of competition gaming. And that's in my sensors. Okay, so lots of different sensors in. I'm going to have a clock sensor because I want to have a timer. This is also a non-visible component. Right, I'm going to name that as mole timer. So when I come to programming it, I know that my noise is the noise it's going to play, the mole timer is how long we've got, the reset button is to reset the game, and the score label will show me how many times I've captured the mole. So that is all of your buttons and animation things and your layout done. If you want a bit of change into it, you might have some colours in there, you might want to change the colour of your buttons, that's absolutely fine, but you need to have at least this layout or something on the lines of this layout. What I want you to do is go now, edit your application, alright, and make sure it's nice and looks a bit like this. Once you come back, we're going to go to the programming section. Okay, so pause the video, have a go, and good luck. Welcome back. So you should have something that looks on the lines of this. You should have an image, which is your mole. It should be this mole here. A canvas for us to play on. A score label and a reset button on your screen. As well as that, we should have two non-visible components, which is your noise and your mole timer.